I
I am relatively a good Samaritan.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Me too, man. Me too.
That's good.
Hashtag me too.
Oh God. You better be careful what you say.
Yeah, bro. Ooh, what you say?
I really don't want to start off this podcast with singing because guess what? We're rolling. We're live.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back to World's End Party Plan. I'm your host, Pseudo, a.k.a. Daddy Long Dick, joined once again by the lovely edgelord himself, Brendan Layuno Rivera. What's up, brother?
Hi. Are you having a nice day today? How's your day going?
Are you going to start off every podcast with a calm demeanor?
Maybe.
Are you compensating for something, boy?
Maybe I am.
Okay.
Why do you want to know?
So finally we got the podcast rolling. We tried like an hour and a half ago, and I was having technical difficulties. So we had to go to Best Buy.
Yeah, we did.
Buy another adapter. So that sucked. That was $12 of my life.
Piece of shit.
Listen,
Jesus
man,
Christ,
you
bro.
sold me that first adapter and it broke. So
well,
it's kind of half your fault if you think about it.
You did say it was passed around kind of like a dirty whore, you know what I'm saying? So
It
like,
was passed around.
You know, so who knows how like the other guys took care of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Put the blame on me. I ain't Akon, for all my 2000s.
What is Akon doing these days?
He actually came out, I swear to God, he came out with a new album. It's all Spanish. And I'm not even kidding you here. His
I
stage
didn't even know
name,
he speaks Spanish.
Yeah, he's actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, like it's not cringy when he speaks Spanish, but his name is El Negrito.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to God. And he featured a lot of like the big Spanish names on there. I mean, the album's very generic. It's very like it would have been good back in like 2008. As most Akon things would be, because he hasn't really moved forward from 2008.
Back in, yeah.
Fucking shit.
I haven't heard a song with Akon in I don't know how long.
I mean, he actually he had this one song with Anuel. Fucking he.
Is this somebody I should know?
Well, he's not necessarily. I mean, he's very big in the reggaeton, Latin American urbano scene, but basically, it was a song called what do they call it? Get Money. And it's like so much paper locked in my throat. You mad, homie? We did it. Look, like, dude, man, come on, bro. You ain't hard. And look, man, I know you rich.
Hey, he did throw that one person off the stage. You remember
did.
that video?
He did.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
And that was in our area too, wasn't it?
That was at K-Fest.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was in the Hudson Valley. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
That was, man.
And then he came with the
close to a
song "Blame It
decade
on
ago.
Me."
Yeah.
As a way to apologize.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
legit,
even know
yeah.
that was like a, okay.
Yeah, that's why he did it for.
Okay.
Because he felt bad for almost killing someone.
All right, Akon, we see you out of here. Live from the A45.
Convict.
Akon, convict music.
I was a convict, but now I'm an illegitimate pop star. I see you winding. No, not gonna lie.
I wanted to say, so he's doing this Latin American scene.
Yeah.
They got their own thing going on over there because there's some artists that I had an old roommate, happens to be a Hispanic man. And I have a friend much like yourself, a lot of friends that happen to be Puerto Rican or whatever. And they're always like telling me about these artists, and I feel like I should know about them. And they're always like, "Oh, they did a song with this American artist."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't heard it.
Honestly, it's what do you call it? If you go online, and even if you look up these artists like individually, whether it be like Ozuna, Anuel, freaking J Balvin, these are guys who like a few of their videos have billions of views, or they have hundreds of millions of views. They are very big. More globally. I mean, in North America, like they're starting to gain traction, but they're already huge and like.
Yeah, it's weird because oftentimes I'll go on and I'll look and I'll see, they got like 25 million views on a video or something, and I'm like, geez.
And actually, and most of them have like over 100 million. Like a lot of their popular songs are like 500 million. Actually, recently with I know you're aware of Rosalia, right?
Yeah.
Her song with J Balvin just passed 1 billion views.
Jesus.
Freaking, it's so it's very big, man. Like urbano music is very big globally.
Yeah.
North America,
I first heard about Rosalia through Fantano, through Needle Drop. So that's where I heard. So credit goes to him.
Hell yeah,
for bringing her into 20-something-year-old white kids' music choice.
Definitely
into my sphere.
Hell yeah.
of listening. Yeah, it's weird though, because the album that I'm used to that I've heard by Rosalia that he reviewed was really sad,
Yes,
really
very dark.
depressing. And the song that you showed me sounds like a pop hit. So
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
like, it's so weird hearing that transition, because usually, there's artists like Sia or Lord that like their hit songs are like more depressing than most hit songs. Or it's
Right.
like, hey, like
Even Adele.
yeah, even Adele.
Goddamn.
And to hear, her Rosalia kind of graciously taking herself from this dark area and then moving into this all-out pop extravaganza.
Mm.
It's interesting.
Well,
to
you know
see.
what?
It's
You know what it
It's
is
unique.
that with her, like, she's still keeping, both feet on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, because she's getting more into because what I find, I like when artists do this. I like when artists can take the pop genre and use it in a way where they can still promote an interesting message. Even though the beat or the instrumental can sound very like formulaic or very like almost generic sounding, the lyrics still have more substance. Like she has a song called "Fucking Money Man," where she's just, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, and if anyone speaks Spanish, and if they, I'm assuming, from watching the video and from getting some context, it seems like she's talking about like the corrupting influence of money behind a very catchy beat. So it's now of course she has had her bangers, where it's like usual topics of like love and stuff like that, but she's still keeping one foot on the more substantive end, if you will, and the other foot on the more, hey, let's just have fun.
Yeah, I always feel like that's what makes a great artist is that ability to, like you said, keep kind of both feet in the door of each area. A lot of great artists that I look up to, at least, happen to do that. Up until a certain extent, I would have said Kanye West. But recently, it's, oh, God. Chance the Rapper, I thought that did successfully. Kind of blending two different pop and like gospel elements and stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of artists that I look up to tend to kind of balance what they're into and the things that they're able to achieve.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So that's interesting to see. That's interesting to see in the Spanish world.
Oh, totally. Because and actually, what's funny? I mean, look at Shakira, for example. Like with Shakira, I mean, almost everyone knows Shakira, but not many people know. At least Americans. Not many Americans know or are aware of her beginnings. Because when she first started making music, she was making a lot of ballads. She was making a lot of like acoustic tracks. That are very like sentimental and stuff like that. And then once like that
must have been what, a couple decades ago, right?
Oh yeah, that's
She's
like
been
what,
around
like
for
mid
a
'90s
while.
probably, mid to late '90s.
Wow.
And then once like early 2000s came, and then that's when she had the freaking whenever, she got all poppy and stuff.
Yeah, that's all I really know from Shakira. I know that one, and Hips Don't Lie.
Oh yeah, freaking. What's
so
funny?
catchy though.
It is
so
catchy.
That's one of the guilty pleasures.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
man. Freaking. Here's my issue though with early Shakira from like 2002, 2001 is like, especially in her song Wherever, Whenever. The lyrics are really fucking weird because like I don't believe English was her first language if I'm not mistaken, and so when it's translated, it's really weird because she has one song where one line, what was it? Where she was like, "Don't mistake my breasts for mountains" or something like that, and then she's just like,
I mean, if you think about that, that kind of makes sense.
I guess.
Like, hey, don't. I know these titties are huge, but don't
I guess I just
they're
never
no,
hear that put it in that way before.
Yeah, they're no Pamela Anderson.
And then she had a line in there, where she's just like, that's the game, my dear. But she's just it's saying words in a way in a formation and using, I don't know, like it just sounded off.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were trying to be too proper.
Yeah, be careful with those P's, by the way. I'm getting a couple of pops here and there.
Little pop socket.
Yeah, just be careful with that.
Freaking, it's So I don't know. It's interesting, but as time has went on, she's gotten a lot better at it, though. I mean, that's what happened after about 20 years of doing it. It'll happen like that.
I tell you the truth, I don't think I've heard a Shakira song in almost a decade as well.
Really now?
Yeah, it's just
wait.
Getting back to the conversation that we had in a previous podcast. I was saying how quick everything is consumed now. It's so hard to. Yes, you have the songs that kind of stay in the zeitgeist, stay kind of popping for a while. You got the Drakes, the God's Plans, and everything that stick around for a year or two. But like, there's so many pop hits that are very successful that are just in and out that like I can miss it because I never listen to the radio
Right.
since I have Apple Music subscription. I'm always plugged in.
You pleb.
Fuck
Jesus
you, man.
Christ.
You're a Spotify guy. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, you know what's? Hey, listen though. Listen, I was riding that Google Play train for years.
Oh yeah, of course you would. You know why? Because you're a fucking hipster, bro.
Well, maybe I
The
would. Maybe I
only
am.
hipsters like Google Play Music.
Look, bro, I was there when Google Play, when they introduced YouTube Red, back when it was Red, not this premium bullshit.
Yeah,
And it's like, hey, you get ad-free videos. I'm like, I'm good. And it came inclusive with the subscription cost. $10 never got raised. Now, here's the thing. The value, I would say Google Play Music is like the Sprint of the streaming world because, at least maybe, I'm not sure if it's the truth nowadays, but Sprint was always known for like their decent pricing but shitty service. In this case here, you got a great value with great services, but, Google Play Music is kind of buggy. My app be crashing, apps, songs sometimes skip and shit.
All right, this is way too much advertisement. This is
know,
way too
but
much advertisement
fuck
for
Google,
companies
man.
that I don't give a flying
fuck
fuck
Google.
about.
But what do you call it? Here's the thing though, is that
I mean, I care about Google. I just want to go on record and say, like, I use Google all the time.
wow.
Too many Sprint ads. Like, that was so strategic, bro. Like, if I
It's
find
so-
out
dude,
tomorrow,
I got T-Mobile.
I've
homie.
known you for 10
I got
years.
T-Mobile. Fuck Sprint.
It doesn't matter.
It
Whoever's
does
paying
matter,
you.
bro. It does
Dude, you
matter,
could come,
bro.
but you were on Sprint for a long time.
Because my
So
mom.
you could be like the Verizon man that moved over
Oh
to
my
Sprint
God.
or whatever. No, he was Sprint first, and then
No,
he moved-
he was Verizon first.
Okay, now he's on Sprint.
No, he was a. Can you hear me? That fucker.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, I can't hear you now because you're in a worse fucking carrier. Fucking shit.
Yeah, remember the chirp phones?
Chirp phones.
The beep. The Nextel,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the walkie-talkie phones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, that was
Yeah, I
some
remember
good
my
shit.
dad always used to. I feel like, did your dad have one of these too?
He didn't have that, but he had a beeper. What do you call it? Shit, not beeper.
Oh, a pager.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
shit.
my parents called them a beeper. I know
Really?
you're talking about that, and it has the numbers.
Yeah. You look at it like, oh,
Yeah.
beep.
No, my dad had the Nextel phone, and I was gonna say I'm pretty convinced that like only cops or firefighters had those phones,
Hmm.
because like everywhere, all of his friends, like he'd be sitting in the car, and you just hear the bleep, or however it goes. I don't know. I'm terrible.
I
at
forgot.
sound
It's been
effects.
years.
Yeah,
Literally.
and he would just be like, "Yeah, that sounds pretty cool." You know what I mean? But it's just so interesting. It's like, I've always been secretly rooting for walkie-talkies since I was a child.
Fuck
Like,
you,
I
bro.
love my cell phone.
Uh-uh.
Don't get me wrong, but I was
Mhm.
always a walkie-talkie kid. Like, I had a big I grew up in a like kind of a bigger apartment complex that had like 20 buildings. Kensington Manor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I grew up there. So me and my friends were always in this place. I mean, it wasn't super long, but it was like 1.5 miles in length, or maybe 2 miles, like the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? The complex. I don't know. You live there, actually.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
I dare you.
But from like all the way at the top down all the way past the pool at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe like 1 mile or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. So like we'd always have walkie-talkies, and we'd be walking around in the woods over there.
Hell yeah, dude. Nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Intermittent reception. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So to combine that into a phone, it's like so
Great.
dope to me.
The best of both shitty worlds, man.
Yeah.
It's like, what was that?
Do you get the you don't have an iPhone.
I used
but-
to.
Do you get the on your Android phone or whatever you have right now?
Yeah, Android. Yeah,
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's so many out there,
that's fair.
You could be the one dude on the BlackBerry with the little ball in the middle of it.
You know what's funny though is that they're still around though. They're making Android phones now.
Really?
Yeah, because BlackBerry OS didn't do that great. So they're Android. But your questions?
But yeah, I get the notifications for like how often I spend on my phone.
yeah,
Do you get those notifications?
on this
too?
phone I do. Yes, I have the for all the Android nerds out there. I got the OnePlus 7 Pro, and this shit has a thing called Zen mode. Now, basically, I don't have it activated, but what it'll do is like last night. I was playing some games, I was playing some Code Vein for all my JRPG weeaboos out there, and I'm watching Joe Rogan, and after 2 hours, it goes, "You've been using your device for 2 hours in a row. It's time to go outside and enjoy your life." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Did it literally say "enjoy your life"?
Like something like that, and I'm like, "Excuse me?"
I
Who
just
the
think
fuck
it's
do you
so
think you are,
ironic.
motherfucker?
I just think
I'll
it's
fucking
so
turn you off right the
ironic.
fuck now. Piece of shit. I didn't pay for you to tell me how to live my fucking life. What are you, the government? Fuck this shit,
Hey
bro.
man, it probably is the government, bro.
Yeah, well,
They're
you're
all
pro-
connected, dude.
Actually, it's China because they're made from China.
Oh, get
Yeah,
the fuck out of my kitchen.
companies.
Get the fuck out of my
man.
kitchen
Listening right now.
with your
Hong Kong.
fucking Chinese.
Oh my God.
I knew it as soon as you walked into my fucking house. Like,
You knew
if
there
I
was
could
spine.
describe what he's wearing right now, like, Brendan, what you got? You got a cardigan on,
I got a Jack Skellington
but it's an extra
cardigan.
long cardigan
Yes, it is.
with Jack Skellington. Like, you're all blacked out.
Yes.
You got some kind of graphic tee from Hot Topic underneath.
No,
there.
it's from Blackcraft Cult. Excuse me. It's bats flying around the dark moon.
And he's got a little, like, a black necklace and a crystal necklace.
Yes, an onyx color. Then I have on my Joker Killing Joke Converse shoes on all
Listen,
black.
man, you're a Chinese asset, bro.
That definitely. You know
You
what,
coming
man?
over here, that's all Chinese culture.
No, listen, man. I'm also a Russian asset. You know that?
Don't
Did
even
you know
get me
that?
fucking started.
I am also a Russian asset.
Yo, Halloween's coming up in a couple weeks, man. Or not even. It's a week now.
Yeah.
I know what you should dress up as for Halloween.
Putin.
Even better.
Oh, okay.
Sexy Rudy Giuliani.
Oh,
Bro, you could easily
my
pull off sexy
God.
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh my God.
Like, you got the face shape and everything.
No,
like
I
you
don't.
share the face shape of Rudy Giuliani
I don't know, I
mixed
don't.
with like the face shape of what's the VP for Bush?
Cheney?
Cheney.
Fuck
you got
you.
the Cheney face
I
shape.
don't like
bro.
Cheney.
Yeah, you
that
do.
fucking penguin. Meh. Meh. Go to war. Meh. You know, fucking
Oh
look
boy.
like Cheney.
Did you see that movie?
I did
Was it
not.
with
I heard it was
Christian
good
Bale?
though.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
You know,
I didn't see that one. I missed it.
how dare you? That was Christian Bale, right?
Yeah,
played
Christian
Cheney?
Bale.
Damn, man.
The guy from 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
the hell that?
Good movie. I recommend it.
Hmm.
Go see it.
Three billboards
He
and
plays the cop that's like crooked at first, and then he kind of comes around.
shit. Oh, real fast.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, that's the actor's name.
How dare you? Real fast. So
Plays George W. Bush.
I mentioned this to you in the car, but I wanted to bring this up here for the audience and shit. So like for those of you who have seen Joker already, you know, obviously, you know, for those who have seen it, it's obviously a fantastic film, very artsy, very interesting. But what happens is, you know, there's been that big hype from media even before it came out, talking about how dangerous it was going to be, how it's going to inspire mass shootings and everybody's going to kill each other and fuck each other up and
Yeah,
shit.
the hype was
But-
definitely real.
But here's the thing, though, is that you know what the evidence is now after the movie's already out? So, oh my God, holy shit. People, there were two guys in the movie theater who were watching the film, and they got mad, and they walked out. My God, the tragedy. But wait, there's more. There's more. Then, on the Spanish news, all right, on Univision, they're talking about in I think it was Guatemala or whatever, some Spanish country, where people will be dressing up as Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, walking around, and you know what they're doing, Brandon? Susu, do you know what they're doing there? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're going around the street, they're assuming the position, and they're going like, that's it. Violence. Violence. Watch your kids. Watch your wife. Watch your dead grandmother's grave.
I will
Watch it.
say we saw Joker together in the theater.
Yeah.
Were you like partially? Was there like something in your head like before you sat down to watch that movie where you're just kind of like more aware of the seats behind you because of the whole hype?
Honestly, no.
I was like, I'm
How
not
dare
gonna
you.
lie, like I wasn't scared, but I definitely thought about it.
Hmm.
Like there was a moment in the middle of the movie where it gets kind of quiet, and I just remember like thinking to myself, like, just kind of peering over my shoulder a little bit, just to make
Fucking.
it's not
pussy.
scared. I was like, I knew nothing was gonna be there, but I was just like, things get to me, man.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, and this kind of speaks to how afraid and how fucked our culture is. Where it's like, for example, we go to AMC, right? They have a sign that's this little ghetto freaking like typed on Microsoft Word bullshit, then put out into a fucking thing so
What's it
people
say,
to
no
view.
costumes?
Yeah, well, not only that, but more so, it was saying that Joker is not a child-appropriate film. Parents should be aware of this, and you know, if your child is under the age of 17, they should not be seeing Joker. Like, are you fucking with me? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's
if you
a
watch the
rated R
trailers,
movie.
it's a rated
That's
R
what
movie.
Rated R means.
And that's the thing. Like Joker, when was he? Maybe back in the 50s or 60s when the Adam West show was on. But when was Joker ever family friendly after that? When? Even when I was a kid watching him on the Batman animated series, this dude was still fucked. This dude was still like, yeah, we're gonna blow up, building. We're gonna I'm gonna scar Robin and beat the motherfucker up with the fucking pipe. I'm gonna, all this crazy shit. He was never family friendly for decades.
Well, I think it's also, it's just a rated R movie anyway. So, like, you shouldn't be allowing your children to go see that. But there's plenty of other movies that came out around the same time that there's violence in. Like, I'm sure that Will Smith movie that looks garbage.
Gemini Man. That's
Yeah,
me.
Gemini
that's me.
Man. Honestly,
I'm
I
fighting
heard
myself.
Alex at one point. I think it was Alex said that he was like kind of interested in seeing it, and I just kind of laughed. Like it just looks terrible. But all these movies have violence in it and stuff, and they never,
Well, that's what I was saying to my
the
mom.
hype was too real.
That's what I was saying to her. I'm like, look, well, if we're gonna be afraid like this, then why don't we try and boycott every rated R violent film? And she's like, oh no, this is the only exception. This is the exception. How? Because the media said it was. You fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Open up that window, homie. You can do it. There we go. But here's the thing, man. Like, edgelord time. Fuck the media, homie. Like fuck that shit. Like, it's the usual shit. Like, everybody afraid. We got everyone in control.
Oh, it's bullshit, bro.
What does manipulate them? That's it. That's all
Dude,
we gotta do.
never
Nothing new.
more in the past have I felt compared to now. The media just such bullshit, bro. It's so hard to find good journalists out there that you could trust and rely on.
Oh, totally. I mean, at least on TV, online. I mean, sure, it's a bigger cesspool, but if you do enough looking around, if you do enough, I guess I'll call it experimenting. Because there's a lot of alternative media out there. If you experiment enough, you'll find. Like for me, remember this? I started off with Alex Jones. Like when I started.
Wait a second. You actually listen to Alex
I actually
Jones?
did when I was 14 years old. I actually did.
I thought that was just a joke.
No, I'm being dead ass, homie. Like, I remember that shit. I was like 14, 15 years old, and I'd watch him talking about, like, the end of the world. Be like, all right, here's the thing. In the future, in about 2 years, there's going to be a mass genocide. A mass genocide of frogs that will come up from the ground, from the graveyard, and take a shit on your guns, on your president, on your mouth. So, and they were on DMT. They were also on the DMT. Miles on the DMT. Yang's on the DMT.
You done?
Maybe. Go ahead.
You
I'm
don't
kind of
have
retarded.
you don't have headphones on right now, and I swear it sounds just like Alex Jones through the headphones. It's crazy.
Damn
Like,
right.
I can't wait for you to hear this.
Damn right. Look, I'm also kind of retarded. I kind of realized that about 4 years ago when I was smoking DMT with Mal, and when the intercontinental child molesters came through the portal to say hello to me at midnight when I was in my bed, just trying to,
I feel like he's a little bit more high pitched than that, though. I feel like
mean,
there's something a little. Yeah, there you go.
maybe he is. I don't remember.
Okay,
but-
let's stop this. This is too. This is way too
Trying to
uncanny
silence me
for
there?
me. Yeah, I'm
liberal
trying to
oppressor.
silence you.
Oh my God, that was great. That was fun.
Yeah. So a lot of crazy things going on in the media right now, though. Speaking of Alex Jones, a lot of crazy reporting, a lot of bullshit reporting. Happening.
Russia.
Yeah. So Hillary Clinton, for anybody at home that doesn't stay up to date on politics,
Oh no.
Hillary Clinton came out and accused presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard, Congresswoman from Hawaii, also military veteran, still in the military,
Oh yeah.
of being a Russian asset.
Russia.
Now, when you saw that video, Brennan, did that shock you that she would come out and say something like that?
Oh my God, no. Oh my God. Here's the thing: is that Hillary, she's trying to find as much relevancy as she could find after being humiliated twice now, once in 08, once in 16, and the fact that you lost to a literal Cheeto. An orange Cheeto that came out from the fucking snack bag. You ran against that and you still lost. You're an embarrassment. And yet you still... And then the best part about this too is that some of the Democratic candidates like Buttigieg and Kamala Harris, they're getting advice from her. Like they reach out to her campaign to get advice on what? On how to be a fucking, like what was that the evil Maleficent?
Yeah.
When you fucking like, what was Snow White's fucking the witch, right? Is that the villain? The witch. That's it. You're getting advice from the literal witch from Snow White. Are you get the fuck out of here, bro? That's like me trying to get advice on how to defeat diabetes from someone with like fucking 500,000 pounds
And has gout.
and has gout and shit.
Yeah, no.
Fuck
for
out of
real.
here, bro.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I also wasn't shocked, to be honest with you. I wasn't, because Hillary Clinton, man, she's just grasping for straws right now. I'm like half convinced that she's going to hop in the race. in Rome.
Dude, fuck me. The best part though was that how she threw in Jill Stein.
Oh yeah,
Just
what the fuck
because
was that all
she's
about?
like, look,
Nobody's
man.
talking about Jill Stein.
When is Jill Stein gonna give it in, quote unquote? When she gonna give it up? Are you fuck? She's not running in the race.
Yeah.
This ain't 2060. Yes, I know that's what it goes to show. It goes to show that her mind is still in 2016. She has not gotten over it yet, nor will she. And here's the thing: is that she still has this anger towards Tulsi because that was the year in 2016 where Tulsi said "fuck the DNC" and
Well, yeah,
dropped out.
I sent you that email, right?
What email?
The WikiLeaks email.
Yes. Yeah. It was fucking nuts, dude.
So Tulsi Gabbard got an email back in 2016 when she dropped out. She was a member of the DNC and dropped out to support Bernie Sanders, which at the time was incredibly shocking.
Definitely, it was, yeah. Because she was one of the darlings of the DNC. She was very high up in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, high up in that shit.
And then she got a really nasty email from not Bernie's campaign, from Hillary's campaign, and it was just really disgusting. We don't support your decisions.
Yeah, look, we were very disheartened to find out that you wanted to leave and support someone like a Senator Sanders. We don't understand, and especially someone who hasn't been a Democrat ever.
Yeah, we will not be funding your campaign anymore.
Sorry, look, man, we loved you a lot, but you know what? Fuck you, man.
I know, it's too convenient.
Of course it is.
It's all too fucking convenient.
Fucking shit. And then, oh my God, I'm sure you saw this too, because we follow the exact same people on Twitter. I'm sure you saw this, where on MSNBC, how one of the commentators was like, look, I mean, she didn't necessarily say she wasn't a Russian asset. I mean, the thing that she was accused of, she didn't bother to, negate. I'm like,
my God, I'm so tired of that kind of journalism right now, because that's just rampant everywhere. It's disgusting. It's every opportunity they get to twist facts, they take that opportunity.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's disgusting.
It's ridiculous.
It's tough because then it's in a society where we consume media so quickly. It's who can we trust? It's become so convenient to subscribe to people that are the most funded but tend to twist the facts. It's really disgusting.
It's a beautiful thing because, like our politicians, because for me, I'm fairly young. I'm only 24 years old, and like when I was younger, and this will circle around back to the funding with media. When I was younger, back when I was 13 years old, back in 2008, when you had Obama running, back then, since I was young, I just followed like what the news media was saying, and I watched a lot of CNN with my mom, whatever, and everyone was excited about Obama, and it was really cool.
Well, people tend to vote with party. You know what I'm saying? So whoever the media, whoever the DNC hypes up as this is the savior of the party, then people tend to jump on that bandwagon.
Oh, totally. Now, here's the thing, though. It wasn't until 2012 to where I actually started to understand the impact of campaign fundraising and who funded your campaign, how that would influence you. Because I was in a world of surprise when I found out that Obama got, money from Goldman Sachs and oil companies and health insurance companies. And then it made everything so clear. It made everything just like, oh, I get it now. No wonder why he didn't fight for a single payer option. No wonder why he was talking about cutting the corporate tax rates or things like that. And so now, even with our media, I think you can apply the same kind of logic with our media. Is that, look, whether you're on the left or the right side, I mean, one thing that I will give alternative media is that it's not funded by these big corporations. It's not owned by Comcast.
Yep.
It ain't being. You're not running ads for fucking big pharma on your show. It's like, so I think that whether you're on the left or the right, whatever your views may be, I think that should be a good starting point, is to look at who is funding these channels and these shows, these programs.
So what if you were giving advice to a young person trying to ground themselves more on politics and understand what's going on?
Yeah.
What advice do you give them when it comes to finding the right source and understanding what the deal is?
Well, if anything, I would say a few things, honestly, because I think it's hard to narrow it down. But I would say one thing is to, look at the popular issues out there, whether it be like abortion, it be, war, or, healthcare, things like that. Yep. Look at those issues. I would say maybe try and do, I guess see what your initial instinct is whenever you hear a basic thing like, hey, do you believe it's right? Because you know how they'll ask these simple questions to voters out there, but do you believe it's right, for like the top 3 wealthiest people in the country to own half the wealth of the nation?
Shut the fuck up!
Fucking
ambulance.
alarm! Sorry, the cars are yelling outside.
going out there. How fucking dare them go out and
Fucking
save
piece
lives?
of shit. Fuck you,
Those
motherfucker.
fucking.
Motherfucker.
I low key
No.
subscribe to the theory that we should just all die
Oh, well, there you
and
go.
let nature take its course.
Man, you're more edgy than I am.
Oh,
But-
I'm
but it-
super edgy. Speaking of edgy, can you turn on the lights now?
Oh,
It's getting
wow.
dark.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got you.
I thought we would get more time out of it.
Okay, so, there we go. So, what I was saying was that start out with those things. See how you feel about those issues, because judging by your initial instinct, I think then like for me in my case, when I grew up Catholic, I was more socially conservative. Like I hated gays. I didn't think there should be gay marriage. I was against abortion. All these serious issues, I was more conservative. So, I guess that was probably why I was a little more attracted towards people like Alex Jones at first. But then what happened was, when watching him, after a while, I was like, wait a minute, this seems so depressing. Like, is the world really like this? Like,
I just got a call and it went through my computer, and I hope that wasn't picked up.
How dare you? Jesus Christ.
Who was that?
Your mama.
And of course, it was a fucking robocall. It wasn't anybody important.
Scam likely. And so then what happened was after that, and then when I was watching TV, and then when I saw the Tea Party, when they started to make their big move back in 2010, 2011, and I saw how much hate they were giving, just to see the amount of vitriol, the amount of division they were trying to cause, and also like the racism as well that they were perpetuating. I was like, you know what, that doesn't really seem right, and then I saw that on the left, something we're just pretending, but on the left there seemed to be at least the illusion of wanting to help the lower work, the less fortunate person out there, wanting to be anti-racist, wanting to be anti-homophobia, all these things. I'm like, you know what? I kind of came around to the idea of like, okay, I like where they're going with this. So then I went online. I looked up, I guess it's like debates. That's one thing I would say. You know what? I recommend watching some debates.
Yeah, I agree.
Because debates are really, really awesome. Because then
you learn a lot for sure. Because I wasn't on the debate train until more recently.
Really?
And yeah, I've learned a lot from it. I've gone back and watched some old debates. Specifically, I went back to 2016 and watched some of it because a lot of the same candidates or type of candidates anyway.
Right.
So yeah, definitely, I agree. Do your research. And yeah, we both went to we talked about it in the last podcast, but Brendan and I both went to a Catholic school. I went from kindergarten to 8th grade. And you came up, what, 3rd grade?
No, so like for my entire life, I was in kindergarten. I was in Catholic school from pre-K up until the senior year of high school.
But when did you come to St. Joe's?
4th grade.
4th grade.
2004.
Yeah, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also very fortunate to grow up in a pretty liberal household. So from the jump, I mean, I don't want to point any fingers or call anybody out, but there was definitely some kind of hate coming from certain sides of the family. But as far as the people that I saw in my life, that I spent a lot of time with and who helped raise me, were pretty liberal. So
Yeah.
I got lucky with that.
Yeah.
But going to a Catholic school, you definitely kind of saw the other side of the spectrum way more frequently.
Oh yeah. Like I remember, like when I was in Catholic school, I told Suda about these stories when I was in Catholic school, where it was around the year 2012, and that was election year, of course, and so I was in a few political classes, and I was legit the only liberal or progressive, whatever you want to call it nowadays, in the classroom, and everyone else was more conservative. And what would happen is we would get into these bouts, and what would happen was there wasn't an interest in hearing different ideas. What it was almost like Fox News, but in a classroom.
Wait, Brandon, are you telling me that people don't like to have civil discourse when it comes to politics?
Yeah. You know what, man? I don't. It's kind of crazy, man. It just happened recently, But okay, so what happens is that let's say I'll try and interject a fact, right, and then it'll be immediately yelled over. You fucking communist! You fucking communist! I remember one time I was walking in the hallway, right, and someone was like, "Look, man, it's the communists," and I said, "Look, man, it's the retard." I just have those little spouts with people like that, because it's like, obviously you're not serious, then you know what, you don't deserve to be taken seriously, so fuck you, and so it's, for me, my safe haven was going to, 3 of my teachers, and these 3 were pretty liberal minded, and And look, and for all the conservatives in the audience, if there are going to be any, there's no disrespect to you. It's not saying that your worldview is wrong, because I think that some conservatives have made some decent arguments in terms of economic policies. At least the ones that aren't trying to defend rich people. But so I don't get the wrong idea there. But it's so for me, my safe haven was being able to go to those teachers and have these conversations to be like, hey, people understand me. They understand where I'm coming from. And so yeah, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. No, trust me, I saw plenty of it. I was involved in a lot of after-school programs with the Catholic Church and everything. So yeah, I saw plenty of that too. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, luckily I've always kind of had friends that are very good. It doesn't matter what kind of political background they come from. They're always pretty good at talking about it. And I've definitely been that asshole liberal a couple times. So I'm guilty of it too.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Again, it's a beautiful thing, but I would say that over time, I would say that what I've learned about discourse, especially with politics, is, of course, and I think everyone knows this to a certain point, but is, of course, you got to choose, who you talk to about it. And when I say choose, I'm not talking about, okay, someone has to be, if you're a liberal, you have to talk to only a liberal. No, that's some bullshit. I'm talking like, for example, I've spoken to numerous Trump supporters who were decently reasonable people, who actually did have a care about where this country was going, and they weren't racist, they weren't xenophobes. They actually, they just were more conservative, and where we've had some decent conversation in discourse about it, where we can just try and, give each other information and see where we go from there. But there's a civility. But I think that what needs to change, in my opinion, is this apprehension to just talk about it in general. This apprehension to just talk about our ideas. The fact that we have to make politics and religion so taboo. It leaves the door open for more, for lack of a better word, bullshittery to fly through and to be taken as just, normal.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's why I started this podcast, honestly, is just to have a spot where I can go and ramble and give my thoughts and then hear other people's thoughts as well. So it's important to make sure you keep that civil discourse and talk to each other. And I think that's one way to learn. Do your research.
Well, yeah, actually, remember, I'll give you one example here. I remember when I was in high school, I'm going to mention the story to you before, but if I didn't, when I was in high school, I remember my teacher was more she was more like moderate right. And she kind of was like a Mitt Romney supporter back then, but she tried to mask it up to make it seem neutral because, she's teaching a class, So what happened though is one day we got into an argument about taxes, about, the rich paying their fair share. Because during that time, you had Occupy Wall Street that was going on, and so that discussion came up, and so we're talking about taxes, and she goes, you know what, Brendan, I'm going to look up, the tax charts. I'm going to look up, see where the rates are at, and then, I'm going to find you, I'm going to show you what I find, and then we'll go from there. I said, all right, cool, because see, she thinks she already had the answer. She thinks she already knew. All right. So what happened was, she came in. I was talking with my more liberal teacher. She comes in. She goes, "Hey, look what I got." I'm like, "What you got? Let me see it. Let me see the goods." So she had this 3-sheet of paper. It was something that was printed out from New York Times or Weibo, I forget. But I had the tax bracket, and she goes, "You see, the rich, they're paying their fair share. They're paying 37% of taxes right now. They're paying their fair share, right?" And then my liberal teacher, he was like, "Oh, I guess, after seeing that." And I said, come on now. All right. There's one vital piece of information that this sheet is missing. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I said, there's something called the effective tax rate. What do you actually pay after loopholes and deductions and things like that? Mm-hmm. That 37%, depending on who you are, can go down to, say, 10%, 5%, 0%. Ask Amazon. So it's then when I said that, she was speechless. So I'm like, come on now, but, I had learned that, from Cenk Uygur of Young Turks. For all their problems, he definitely opened up my eyes a little bit to, looking at certain policies in different ways and having, I guess, a more nuanced view, especially when it comes to things like taxes and things like that. So I'll give credit, where that was due. But so, yeah, man, it's definitely do the research. And make sure you understand, especially now in the election, just making sure people understand, each candidate's record, because I feel like people just go off of what they see in the debates, what they see off the media, whether you're conservative or you're liberal. Honestly, just do the due diligence and look at the record, and then I think from there, hopefully, to be able to make the wiser choice, for what you're looking for in a candidate.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Go out there, and if you're going to talk about it and you want to converse and you want to contribute your ideas and your thoughts, do your research. Let other people speak too.
Yeah.
Man, there's a fly in here
Fuck this fly, dude.
that keeps annoying the living shit out of me, and I propose an idea.
What's the idea?
Let's start a genocide.
Definitely.
Let's
Spoken
kill.
like a true Russian asset.
Let's kill all the flies.
Definitely.
We don't fucking
Fuck
need
them.
them.
Fuck them.
Fuck it, man.
Fuck them.
What do
Bop it.
flies do? What do flies even do? They just float around.
They make maggots.
No care in the world. Yeah, they make maggots. They drink blood.
Hey, wait, they do?
Well, mosquitoes. I mean, you gotta throw
Oh.
them in there too. You know.
Yeah,
It's
mosquitoes,
Not
they're
just
useless
one
as
type
fuck.
of fly. You know.
I guess.
Then you got the horse flies that sting you or bite you.
Do they really?
Yeah, horse flies, dude. It fucking hurts, bro.
Well, like the big fucking.
Yeah, the big motherfuckers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. And when they get you, it hurts, bro.
What the
It
fuck?
hurts. Yeah.
Fuck those motherfuckers, dude.
Fuck 'em. Let's kill them all, dude.
My God, man, genocide, man. You
Yeah.
know, fucking. My
I think
God.
everybody can agree. We don't need them.
Definitely not.
Fuck the frogs. They don't need to eat food.
You know, freaking.
The French will just eat them all.
Jeez, man. It's I was about to make a very edgy joke about Saudi Arabia and Yemen, but I don't know if I should or not.
I just, on premise, I don't think anybody would understand
That's
listening to this podcast.
fair. That's fair. All right, I'll leave Saudi
I
Arabia.
feel like people
alone.
just kind of tune in just to waste their time.
they
And that's kind of how I see this.
while they're playing their games, whatever.
Yeah.
All you gamers out there,
Dude,
gamers.
man, I really wish you played some of the same games that I played.
You know I did.
You've played like one. You played
God of War, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
What else
Okay.
you played? That Arkham games. I played that as well.
Okay, you're right. So there's
Yeah.
more than I thought. But
Yes.
you know what, man? There's a lot of games out there that I play that you don't like.
Sure. Or that I just haven't given a chance.
Like
yeah.
Outer Worlds is coming out. You're not going to play Death Stranding, you say, which I think is blasphemous.
I mean, it was never 100%. It's like 99%. Not because it's a bad game,
Dude,
but it's
there's
just
no
that
difference, bro.
It ain't my kind of
There's
game.
no difference.
It ain't my kind of game.
Just admit it. Just admit you're not going to play it.
I don't want to rule it out though. I mean, the chances are I won't. But like, I don't want to rule it out entirely though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, we'll leave that open then. I'm going to
No.
try to convince you then. We got like a month.
Yeah.
And I'm going to convince you.
But
If-
that
if
game will have to
that.
be on the back burner though, because I got Pokemon coming up. You know,
God, how do you, and you still play Pokemon games? Why
Fuck
are
yeah,
people
homie.
giving the people that made Pokemon money still?
because I still find enjoyment out
It's
of it.
like, oh my God.
But
it's the
I
same
did-
game over and over again, though.
Ish. Same fundamentals, yes.
It's like, why are people still buying Call of Duty games?
I mean, why do people still play RPGs and still play JRPGs?
Because they're different enough because you build your own world around it. You build your own
mean-
character.
I mean,
Pokemon, it's a play this as this young child. And
I mean, it is a very basic
out
version
there
of it,
and
yes.
I,
But there's a certain charm to it, though. You know, there's a certain charm to it that has still been there even since the first games came out back in the 90s. You know, so it's now yes, like have there been like for example this last one that came out, fucking Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That was a piece of shit. I
and
played
then
that
they got
shit.
the fucking movies with Ryan Reynolds and shit.
Oh my god! I mean, look, I haven't seen the film, so I can't knock it. But of course, yeah, Pokemon, like the way Star Wars is a big cash cow, and has been for years now, especially when we're with merchandising.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I mean, merchandise is pretty fucking cool. No, cool ass shirts, cool ass fucking
Oh,
plushies
see, that's
and
why you
shit,
keep
but-
funding the merchandise. That's why. You keep funding it. I mean, listen, hey, there's way better things out there to be funding your money.
In
to
your
be-
humble opinion, it's your
But
opinion.
I will also give you this. I will say there's way worse things out there that people still fund.
Yes, there is.
Like half the shit Disney's doing right now,
Oh, God.
still being funded.
Jesus Christ, man.
They should
Man.
just give up, man.
Fucking Disney. I mean, you know, it's really speaking of Disney. So we got the new Star Wars coming out, and there's been some rumblings. There's been some tumblings. Apparently about how there's a lot of like reshoots from this film. There's a lot of you know, I guess a lot of
They had
editing.
to go back and do a lot of things.
Yeah, from what I heard. Now, generally, now you're a movie guy way more than I am. I mean, generally, that's usually bad news. It's
Most of the
usually
time.
bad news most of the time when there's tons of
Well,
reshoots.
it depends on the director, because then you get somebody like Stanley Kubrick that wants to go back and do reshoots, and it's because he just has another genius idea.
Yeah,
But for the most part, yeah.
I mean, look at Suicide Squad. You know how many reshoots that had? How many cuts that had?
Really?
Came out like a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, dude, speaking of movies, bro, I got some great fucking news.
Ooh.
I don't know if you grew up with him as much as I did.
Mm.
Brendan Fraser's back.
Oh, no.
Brendan Fraser,
Oh, Brendan
the
Fraser.
man himself,
The mummy.
The
Oh,
true
man.
American adventurer
Oh my god.
is back.
What is he
He's
doing?
actually doing speaking of reshoots, he's doing an Indian drama by an Indian director, and it seems like there's a lot of English language in there, but there's also Hindi language. So
Really
it's
now?
like, yeah, it's kind of like a back and forth, and most of the cast is an Indian cast, like from India. And all phenomenal actors, though. I'm familiar with a few of them. But great cast, but they got Brendan Fraser doing this drama, and it was actually shot 3 years ago, and it's finally coming out now.
Damn.
So a lot of people are thinking this might be really good. Some people are thinking like, took 3 years. If there's a delay, that means it's a bad movie. You know. But I'm excited, man, because listen, man, I think Brendan Fraser got fucked, metaphorically speaking, but also low key physically too. 'Cause, he was sexually assaulted. That's
Wait,
fucked up.
was he really?
Yeah. There was some dude that grabbed his ass and then tickled his taint, apparently.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was like an executive for like his company or
Weinstein?
something.
No, I'm kidding.
Nah, but like a Weinstein kind of guy,
Oh
I
god,
imagine.
dude. Fuck.
And apparently, yes, had cupped his ass and then took his index finger and poked his taint
The fuck,
or something. And he said it fucked him up because like at the time,
Was he young? I assume.
2003.
Oh, really?
So
That's when he was
an
still
adult.
big.
Yeah. No, he was. It was when he was big.
Shit.
But when he came out, like he held in that information for a couple of years, and then he came out with it like in the mid 2000s or a little later in the 2000s, and that's why he claims that that's the reason why he's blacklisted now as an artist, is because he came out, said, "Hey, don't work with this guy. He did this to me. It's emotionally scarring." That on top of the fact that Brendan Fraser's wife also divorced him in 2007.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn, homie.
So apparently he's blacklisted from Hollywood. So I guess he's making a small comeback. He's doing this like Doom Squad or Doom Patrol.
What?
Show. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, you talking about like the DC shit?
Yeah. They have the show out now.
Brendan Fraser. Are you kidding me?
Brendan Fraser does the voice of the robot guy.
Really now?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Here's the thing, because like when I think Brendan Fraser, I think like George of the Jungle or that shit.
Dude, that was the shit growing up, bro. I
Fuck that
love
movie,
George of
dude.
the Jungle,
Oh my
man.
God.
I watched it like 30 times when I was a kid.
That
At
movie was
least.
so fucking silly. I can't. He looks so fucking dumb. But hey, I guess it was a good paycheck. But like, I mean, but I did thoroughly enjoy him in the Mummy films, though.
Oh, he was fantastic. Yeah, he's fantastic.
You know, like
I even low key liked him in the Journey to the
Tunes?
Center of the Earth.
oh, which one?
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
I
Where
saw
like
it
he
before.
went to the center of the world, and there was like dinosaurs and shit down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was alright.
I know. I think The Rock did the remake of it.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
It's The Rock
Dude, he's like the new Brendan Fraser, man. Except he's longer
and Buffer.
and buffer.
And fuck,
You know what I mean? But he's doing like oh my god, not Brendan Fraser, The Rock, dude. This guy, man, he fucking his filmography is fucking all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute he's doing a movie with a big white gorilla in
Rampage.
Times Square. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's doing, Fast and the Furious 19. Just fucking give up on those movies.
Like,
Sorry, Paul Walker's dead,
they're making another one.
and it sucks.
It's coming out, I think in 2020 or 2021.
Well, he just did one with Jason Statham. So.
Yeah, Hobbs and Gibb. What's it called? Hobbs and Gibbies. What was it called? Robs and Hobbs, cops and robbers. What was
No, it was like Hobbs and
Gibbs?
I don't know. It was,
Probably.
I've seen I think 2 not Transformers,
Transformers.
but another those type of movies. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Transformers is starring The Rock. They got Mark Wahlberg for a little while.
And John Cena.
John Cena. When did John Cena do
Later on,
in Transformers?
I think he actually was in the most recent one with Bumblebee.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
played like some general, whatever, something like that.
I don't know. Whatever, man.
Of course, he's always playing military roles because he's WWE, so it has to be fucking military,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
America.
John Cena had a little bit of a film career at one point
Yeah,
too.
he did,
man.
yeah.
And then he did another one with fucking Amy Schumer that came out a couple of years ago.
Did
That
he
was
really?
awful.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Amy
I don't know,
Schumer.
man.
Pussies. Look, I have wait, Amy Schumer. That's the comedian, right?
Yeah.
The one
Amy
talking
Schumer,
about her
yeah.
pussy all the time. I have a pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
She's always
god.
talking about it.
Look at my pussy.
I don't know. It's a low hanging
stinks,
fruit.
right?
It's easy. It's easy to talk about what you got.
My god, man.
You know what
Always
I'm
talk
saying?
about what you got. Always talk. Man, that shit. Fuck it. What's his name? Kobe O'Donis. Remember that motherfucker?
No, I don't.
Always talk about what you got.
Why are you always pulling these
All-
fucking people out of your ass out of nowhere? and I
all my
never
fucking
know who you're
2005
talking
fans out there of pop
about.
music.
Like you'll be like, oh, remember this one guy that had that one hit song in 2002 that got like 2 weeks of airplay and then everybody forgot about it? No, fuck you,
Shawty like a
Brandon.
melody in my head.
See, I remember that one.
That was a piece of shit.
It was a piece of
IS.
shit.
IS.
That was his name?
Tayo Cruz. Yeah, that was his name. Tayo Cruz.
Yeah, I
Those
don't want to get
horrible
back
fucking
into
artists.
these shitty artists because you'll make a 3-hour conversation.
I
out of
will,
just these
man.
artists.
Not gonna be good for a podcast.
You'll get up, you'll start dancing.
Maybe.
I'm not trying to.
Maybe.
Oh,
my
man.
God, but
I'm
basically-
so, you know what? Let's make this the low energy cast.
Oh God.
Just
Hi guys.
just like some NPR
I hope you're having a fantastic night tonight.
whisperings. That's how I feel on the inside right now. I'm struggling on this episode.
Shit on me.
Yeah, I'm just. We started kind of later than I wanted to. You woke up dumb late. You woke up at like 2 p.m.
Look, man. Maybe I did.
Listen, I woke up at noon, which is still pretty late.
Yeah.
But then I'm texting this guy at 1:30 p.m. and I'm like, "Yo, you awake?" Then I call him.
He's like,
It's
hey.
2 o'clock. He's
hey,
like,
man.
"Hey, I'm still in bed."
Like, you know, I just.
I always want to revert back to the Joe Swanson voice every time.
Hey.
Hey, Brandon, I'm in bed.
That was a pussy shot, bro. Do it again. Do that shit
Do I have
again.
to do? We did it in the last podcast. I don't want to kill them with my Joe Swanson.
You got to do it again. You brought him out.
Hey, Brandon.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm lying in bed.
Yeah, man.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm kind of here. My
I
bed.
can't feel my legs. Oh wait.
Yeah, because they're fucking disabled.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Cerebral palsy. Oh. Gold.
That's Alex's PlayStation name. Shout out to Cerebral.
Is it
Palsy.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my
There's some
fucking
numbers after it, so I'm not gonna give that away.
Yo, that's great, dude.
But
Oh my god.
man, I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance right now, and it's so fucking good. And it's like a 2-year-old game now, but
Oh,
I'm still
God.
like,
Was 2 years old now, really?
no, maybe it's 1 year.
Yeah, 2018, right? Yeah.
Early 2018.
Shit, man.
Maybe it was late 2017.
Maybe it was 1994.
I don't know. That's kind of how Kamala Harris is running her political campaign.
Oh, sniped.
political.
Wesley sniped, bitch.
Speaking of 1994,
Whoa.
Wesley Snipes.
Ooh. My man, didn't he avoid his taxes? He got arrested for like avoiding his taxes and shit. Man, I ain't gonna pay my
Listen, man.
taxes. Fuck him.
Listen, man.
Fuck him.
If you learn anything from this podcast,
Oh no.
never pay your taxes, kids.
Never. Fuck 'em.
Never pay your taxes.
Fuck the government. The government's corrupt.
Kids. Don't. When you see an old lady walking across the street, don't help her.
Fuck her, man.
She's
Guide
she's
her,
old.
guide her towards the car. Blind the bitch and guide her towards the.
okay. Don't go that far. Just let her die on her own.
Let her
Okay?
die in her own fruition. Oh my god, no, help the bitch out. You know,
Yeah.
90 years old, can't talk anymore and shit.
Yeah.
Can't see
I
anymore.
don't know. I will say, old people can be real assholes sometimes.
Fuck yeah, they can.
They,
They're
can-
kids,
they
motherfucker.
feel so entitled just because they're old. Like, congratulations, you lived past 70. You should have taken better care of yourself instead of fucking eating cigarette sandwiches for lunch. Literally just looks like the set of Mad Men everywhere.
God. Look here, Sonny. I fought back in Vietnam back in 1924 before the year 1800.
Did you just say Vietnam was in 1924? Just shut the fuck up.
Look,
Brandon.
man.
Shut the fuck
Look,
up.
I fought for your country.
Listen,
I
man.
think
Listen, man.
maybe I did.
I'll
So
have you
because of
know.
that, I want your pizza.
I'll have you know that I have top secret government clearance. And I will rain the fury of the government down upon. Sorry, I tried to make that work. It didn't work.
Man, fuck off, man, with that shit, man. That's some pussy shit. That's some pussy shit.
Listen,
Oh,
man.
man.
Listen, man.
Listen, buddy.
Uh,
Fucking dick face. Fuck. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Listen, brother.
Yeah.
Listen, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a commercial break time. So
This is time for ad. Freaking. Here we go.
Dollar Shave Club.
No. I did that before. $2 Shave Club. Look, man. Sometimes you gotta pay a little more.
Sometimes, listen,
Sometimes
man.
you gotta pay a little more.
Yeah.
All right, buddy?
Sometimes
Stop fucking around.
with $2 Shave Club, we should actually set this up.
You
Like
get
a
twice the razors,
listen.
twice the blades.
Listen.
Oh my god.
Hi, my name's Brandon. today I'm going to be talking about $2 Shave Club. Do you ever get that feeling sometimes between your legs? It feels like there's a cactus down there. Well, guess what? That's because you're using Dollar Shave Club. We're never going to get sponsored from Dollar Shave Club.
It's a
now.
dollar for a reason. It's a dollar for a reason, isn't it?
It's always the
Come on,
same
bro.
3 companies sponsoring every podcast, but I'm not going to say
Dollar
nothing
Tree.
more.
No, that's
We
cool.
already lost a potential subscription, bro.
No, I'm sorry, Dollar Shave Club. Fucking forgive me, homie.
Listen, if
love you.
Dollar Shave Club would like to sponsor our podcast, that would be awesome because I feel
Do
like
it,
I
man.
could always use more good razors. And what they got over there, man? Quality stuff. Bro.
Over quantity.
Quality stuff.
Listen, man, I have to take a tinkle, so I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Do more advertisements while I go tinkle, okay?
Okay.
Because this is what happens when you have 7,000 water bottles.
Can you just pee in the bottle right there?
Uh,
Don't pee in the. Go to the fucking.
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah,
Go,
homie.
right now.
You won't want to see my dick and shit. Fuck
Should
you,
I keep
homie.
talking or should I just?
I would.
Should I cut it out?
I mean, no, I'd also cut it out at this point if you want.
Okay.
Unless you feel confident in like.
Can you
keeping
write
the-
down the time?
Maybe. Let me see here. I got
When
my
it- when I
phone.
Start cutting. I'll just go back and listen to it. I guess.
All right, sounds
I'll
good.
wing
homie.
it.
Wing
I
it,
actually
homie.
got to go back and listen to the podcast now. Ugh.
Wow, it'll get edited.
Yeah.
Fuck, homie. All right, there. Spun pumpkin sauce, sugar. What does it say? Spun pumpkin spice.
Just go. Fuck, man.
Fuck, bro.
So Brendan's in the bathroom right now. He's taking a tinkle. I just want you all to know, if he plugs some kind of social media, don't go follow him. He's a piece of shit. I've seen him strangle 17 puppies with his bare hands. You don't want to go support this guy's behavior. This man has to sing every time he's in the bathroom, I swear to God. He'll go just to take a quick piss, and then it's always like coming from the bathroom, I'll hear like fucking Mariah Carey's greatest hits.
Grab him by the I can do anything.
God, my balls are just so fucking moist right now. Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
I'm sure
So
they are. They always
it's
are.
it's October,
Cocktober,
end of October, spooky season.
spooky season.
Is
so-
Halloween your favorite holiday, you fucking freak?
Well, Halloween's every day for me, man. So it's just another fucking day for me.
Hey, there you go.
That's
There
it.
you have it, folks.
That's it.
Brendan's a fucking freak. You heard it here first.
Damn, I'm a fucking freak.
My knee
God
just
damn it.
popped excessively, bro. It sounded like I had like something like a water bottle in my leg,
You got
in my knee.
fucking
That was weird.
fucking suspicitis in your knee, bro.
Yeah.
Suspicitis.
What?
I said, yo, you got suspicitis in your knee, man?
I don't. Shut the fuck up,
Fuck
Brendan.
you, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
I got
Brendan.
my fucking terms in my head, bro. I make shit up.
Yeah.
I live life the way I want to live it.
So you a holiday guy? Like, are
I
you
mean, sure.
yeah?
Like, fuck Thanksgiving. It's useless. Christmas
Yeah,
is
because
cool.
you eat 6 foods and they're not
No,
presented on Thanksgiving.
because Columbus
You're
was
the
a
one
piece of
guy
shit.
that's going to McDonald's on
Fuck
Thanksgiving.
yeah, I am, homie. I know I'll get a reliable ass meal. You know what I mean?
No, I've been there before. There's been times where like I just skip out on Thanksgiving dinner and I'd just be like sitting in the parking lot of Taco Bell. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy getting Taco Bell
I'm
on
that guy.
Thanksgiving.
I ate some mashed potatoes. Like I'll fuck with that
Yeah.
shit.
You fuck with cranberry sauce, bro?
I mean,
Bro,
I've never had it before.
cranberry. Listen, man, you get the rolls, the buns that are always there on Thanksgiving. You know, Grandma
Buns, huh?
brings them every time.
Definitely brings that big ass into
You
the
put a little bit of butter on it. Then what you do is you get that mashed potatoes. You put the mashed potatoes on there.
Yeah.
Then you get a little bit of corn. You sprinkle the corn on to the mashed potatoes.
Interesting.
Then you get a little cranberry and put it on top. Then you eat that shit like a sandwich, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it's fucking next
sounds
level.
complicated,
People know what
homie.
I'm talking about at
Like
home.
that.
I'm not
That,
the
that
only
sounds
one.
like a lot of shit under one bun. I don't know if that can work.
Man, you're always so like simple with things, bro. Sometimes you just gotta live it up. Sometimes you gotta have too many flavors before you appreciate little flavors.
Yeah, I
know what I'm
want
saying?
to fuck with my taste buds real quick. Well, I'm tasting cranberry. Now I'm tasting corn. Now I'm tasting blueberry.
Dude,
now I'm
it
tasting
mixes
this.
together. Everything Thanksgiving related goes good together. It's like like you can order Thanksgiving dinners like in July. If
Yeah.
you go to places like it's on people's menus
Hell yeah,
because it's just the best combination ever, bro.
definitely, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the holiday's fucking overrated.
well, yeah, because Columbus was a piece of shit. you know?
Columbus has nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
Too bad.
It has nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
Who was the guy then?
I don't know. I don't
Wasn't
think
there a
there's
guy with that
people.
shit?
I don't think it. I think it's just the Pilgrims and the
Oh,
Native
that's right.
Americans.
Pilgrims are a piece of shit. There we go.
Yeah, they were. I'm not
You
gonna
see,
lie.
I know my presidents.
Listen, I'm white as fuck, man. We're assholes, bro. Just,
Oh man,
it sucks, man.
white
It is
bread.
what it is, you know.
I feel you, bro. I
It is
feel
what
you.
it is.
It be what it be. It do what it do.
Yeah,
It is what it is. You
you
know?
know, just
White guilt, you white male oppressor. Understand your privilege, you fucker.
God, I just really hate you. Sometimes I just think to myself, man, what's the fastest way to off Brendan?
What's the fastest way to get rid of this motherfucker
Yeah,
from existence? You
I'm
know?
gonna push. If listen, like I know this is hypothetical right now,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but if you had to
Kill yourself.
cease to live, what would be your preferred method of
The
going
most-
out? Let's get dark for a second.
Man, the one area that gives me existential fear. How dare you? So I would say the easiest way I want to go out, of course, would be sleeping, dying in sleep. That's it. You close your eyes.
God, you're fucking lame, dude.
I'ma go to
Everything
sleep.
you do is lame, bro.
Oh, everything really?
Lame, bro.
Wow, you
Lame.
are
If
so
I'm going
judgmental.
out, bro, my car is on fire. I'm driving off a cliff and I'm shooting an AK-47 into the air.
You fucking
That's how
edgelord.
I'm fucking going.
Look,
out.
man, Brandon, Susu is the edgelord in disguise. That's what he is. You know,
Listen,
here's
dude.
pseudo edgelord in disguise.
God damn, I hate you. I just want to end this podcast soon. I hate you.
I
I
hate.
hope you never come back.
Oh my god. You know, man, I try, man. I try.
Yeah, so we got the rollout coming up Friday
hope you
the
never come
25th.
back.
This
Hope you
is
fuck
being
yourself.
recorded a couple days before this is supposed to come out. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to have Friday just be the rollout. We have an introduction episode that we recorded. It's a little under an hour, I think. Maybe it's close. It's between 40 minutes and an hour. We got to see after the editing. I have a ton of editing to do. So I got to do that tonight. I got to do some tomorrow when I'm at work. Don't tell my boss. He leaves in the middle of the day. Shh.
Fuck your boss, dude.
Nah, dude, my boss is an awesome guy. Listen, man, sometimes I just got a lot of things going on, and I like to multitask.
I don't believe you.
What do you believe in?
Myself.
Yeah, of course you do. So we got the rollout. Friday is going to be the introduction episode. Saturday is going to be a one-on-one episode with me and Brendan.
Oh man.
I'm thinking I'm going to have you either on the Saturday or Sunday. It's between then.
Okay.
Probably
That works.
Saturday. Probably Saturday works out. I'll upload it on Saturday. So you'll get this lovely episode. Then Sunday, I'm going to have a one-on-one episode with Alex. Expect that to come out Sunday afternoon. And Monday will be the Posse Cut episode. That's an episode where right after the introduction, we recorded an episode where we just sat around, got drunk, got a little silly, had some fun,
Got a little
had some
fucking
laughs,
silly.
smacked some ass.
Definitely.
And by that, I mean I smacked my own ass
Exactly, I was
because
gonna
I
go there, yeah.
have major insecurity issues,
Definitely.
and that's the only way I can feel alive.
But that happens, man.
Yeah.
It happens, bro. Just ask Weinstein, bro.
I think that's a good place to wrap up. I think it's been long enough. I hope it's been long enough. If not, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. So remember, by the time you hear this episode, that means that tomorrow, a.k.a. Sunday, you will get an episode one-on-one with me and Alex. Don't know the topics yet. We'll wing it. We'll have a good time. Then Monday, you got about an hour and 20 minutes. Me, Brendan Layuno, and Alex Loca Films sitting down, getting drunk, getting silly, getting hysterical, having
Getting
a good
fucked.
time. And yeah, it was just a really great time. I mean, we sat back for like a half hour, 40 minutes and listened to the first however long in the podcast. We sat there listening to it.
Yes, we have massive
we were-
egos for ourselves.
Yeah, we sat there. No, because originally I was just going to play it back because I wanted to hear the intro and the outro. And then we ended up like laughing hysterically. I don't know. Maybe we were just intoxicated by that point. It was
But-
like 2
but-
a.m.
Look, man, Pseudo wanted to just come to his voice. That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah, dude. That's the
He
only
just
way I
wanted
can
to hear
get
it
off.
back and just go, oh my God,
The only way I can get off.
That's the only, man.
Yep.
That's it, dude. That's it, bro.
So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that episode. You give us some feedback. So when you hear this episode, please rate us 5 stars on iTunes. That sounded really desperate. That
Fucking
sounded
iTunes.
really
All right, there, 2002.
Rate us
iTunes.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts. They also have control of iTunes, just letting you know. In case you didn't know, Apple and iTunes are
Still
the
a
same thing.
Yeah, bro.
The same thing.
No. iTunes is definitely a Microsoft company.
I don't know how this shit works, man. I'm just walking
Wow.
through life. I hate myself.
Jeez, man, the fuck life, bro.
So please rate us 5 stars. Tell your friends. Leave a comment. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on SoundCloud.
hit the notification bell,
Punch that like button.
smack
Right
that like
in the
button.
face.
Smack the fuck out of that like button.
Bro, you better.
Don't fuck around. Smack
Like,
it.
If you don't break your computer in the process, then you're not a real fan.
Make 10 accounts and smack the fucking like button the hardest you fucking can.
Yeah.
The way
What-
your
what
dad
he
slapped your
said.
mom when you were 4.
What he said. You've been listening to World's End Party Plan
Apparently.
podcast. I'm going to go ahead and go to my room and masturbate. Have a good night.